You must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, not tomorrow, not someday. Now, if you desire wealth, if you long to see abundance flow effortlessly into your life, you must first become that which you seek. The world around you is only a mirror, reflecting your inner state. You must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, not as a fleeting thought, not as a distant hope, but as an absolute reality in your present moment. The mind does not wait for physical evidence before it shapes reality. Rather, reality is molded by the mind's assumptions. If you desire wealth, you must begin by feeling wealthy. If you long for abundance, you must first cultivate the emotions of someone who already possesses it. The great secret to creation lies in feeling. Thought alone does not create. It is thought fused with emotion that brings forth manifestation. The world you see, the circumstances you experience, all arise from the state you have assumed to be true about yourself. You are not merely an observer of life, but the creator of it. You must step into the feeling of already being the person you wish to become, not in the future, but right now. If you desire millions, what would it feel like to already have them? What would your daily life look like? How would you wake up in the morning knowing you have already won? Would your breath be lighter, your steps more confident? Would you speak with certainty, walk with ease, move through life with the peace that abundance brings? These are not idle questions. They are the very foundation upon which your new reality is built. For what you feel, you become, and what you become, the world must reflect back to you. Too often, people delay their happiness and confidence, waiting for the physical evidence to justify their belief. They say, I will feel abundant when the money comes, or I will feel successful when I achieve my goal. But this is the great misunderstanding. The process works in reverse. The feeling must come first. The inner shift precedes the outer shift. The unseen must be felt before it can be seen. Look around at those who have succeeded. Do they not carry themselves with a certainty, a knowing long before their results are visible? It is not luck nor mere action, but a deep alignment with the reality they have assumed for themselves. They do not simply work towards success, they operate from success. They move as if they are already wealthy, already victorious, already in possession of all they desire, and because they assume it, the world bends to match their assumption. This is not about pretending or deceiving yourself. It is about stepping into truth before it is recognized by the senses. If you close your eyes and feel the weight of abundance, if you truly immerse yourself in the sensation of having all that you desire, then your subconscious mind accepts it as fact. And once accepted, it must be expressed. Just as an actor who embodies a role so deeply that they become indistinguishable from the character, you must embody the feeling of your fulfilled desire so completely that the world has no choice but to reflect it back to you. Doubt is the greatest thief of manifestation. The moment you question whether you are truly abundant, you have stepped out of the state of assumption and into the state of lack. And so the cycle continues. Hoping, waiting, wishing, never realizing that all along the power to receive was in the act of believing. But when you refuse to entertain doubt, when you no longer seek external confirmation and instead root yourself in the feeling of already having it, everything begins to shift. You will notice synchronicities, opportunities, and events unfolding in ways that seem almost magical. But it is not magic. It is the natural response of the universe to the assumption you have made. If someone were to give you millions today, how would you feel? Would you not feel secure, free, grateful? Would you not hold your head high, speak with assurance, move through the world with a quiet but undeniable confidence? Why wait for the physical arrival of money to feel this way? Why delay stepping into the very energy that will draw wealth to you? If you can feel it now, you have already unlocked the door. The physical form is only a matter of time. This is not wishful thinking. It is the law of creation. The subconscious mind cannot distinguish between what is imagined and what is real. If you impress upon it the feeling of wealth, it will seek to make it so. But if you persist in feelings of lack, it will ensure that lack remains your experience. The choice is always yours. So begin now. Carry yourself as the one who has already received. Let the feeling of financial abundance settle into your being. Walk into every room with the energy of a person who knows their wealth is secured. Speak from a place of assurance, not uncertainty. Move through life not as someone hoping to be rich, but as someone who already is. And as you do, watch how the world rearranges itself, not because you forced it, but because you assumed it to be so. The mind is the master architect of reality. Every experience, every circumstance, every event in your life is a direct reflection of what you assume to be true about yourself and the world. You are not a passive observer, you are the creator. The thoughts you consistently dwell upon shape the fabric of your reality. If you believe in abundance, you will see abundance. If you believe in struggle, struggle will surround you. There is no force outside of you dictating your fate. Your own mind is the source of everything you experience. We have been conditioned to believe that reality is fixed, that circumstances are beyond our control, that we must react to life as it happens. But this is a great illusion. The truth is, life reacts to you. It bends and shifts according to the assumptions you hold. When you understand this, you stop looking outward for change and start looking inward. The only work required is within the mind. Alter your beliefs and your world must follow. Consider those who live in wealth and prosperity. They do not merely have money, they have an unshakable belief in their own abundance. They expect success and so it comes. They assume opportunities will arise and so they do. Their external wealth is not the cause but the effect. Long before the physical manifestation of riches, they carried the mindset of abundance. They believed it first, and only then did it become visible. Now consider those who struggle with financial hardship. They may work tirelessly, putting in endless effort, yet remain stuck in the same cycle. It is not because they lack the ability or intelligence to succeed, but because they hold the belief, often unconsciously, that wealth is difficult to attain. They assume scarcity, and so scarcity becomes their reality. No amount of action can override the dominant belief they carry. Until they shift their mindset, their circumstances will remain unchanged. Your mind is like a radio transmitter, broadcasting your beliefs into the world, and the world responds in kind, reflecting back to you whatever signal you send. If you walk through life believing that money is hard to come by, that success is reserved for the lucky few, that opportunities are scarce, then those beliefs will be confirmed at every turn. You will struggle, not because life is against you, but because your own thoughts have demanded it. But the moment you shift your internal state, the world must shift with you. If you declare yourself to be abundant, if you assume that wealth flows to you with ease, if you believe that opportunities are always available, then reality has no choice but to reflect that truth. This is not wishful thinking, it is law. The outer world is nothing more than a mirror, reflecting your inner world back to you. Change the image in your mind, and the reflection in your life must change as well. This is why so many people remain trapped in cycles of lack. They wait for evidence before they believe. They say, I will believe I am wealthy when I see money in my bank account, or I will believe I am successful when my business takes off. But they have it backwards. The mind does not work that way. You must first believe and then the evidence will appear. You must first assume the identity of wealth, the mindset of success, the feeling of already having what you desire. Only then will reality reorganize itself to match your assumption. The moment you declare yourself rich in mind, the world begins to conspire in your favor. You will start to notice new opportunities where before you saw none. People, ideas, and events will align to bring your assumption into form. But none of this can happen until you shift your belief. The external world is powerless against the mind that has assumed its desire as already fulfilled. Some will say, but I cannot lie to myself. I know I do not have millions. This is where most fail, because they misunderstand the power of assumption. You are not lying to yourself. You are creating. You are stepping into a new reality, one that exists the moment you accept it as true. If you continue to define yourself by your past and present circumstances, you will only repeat them. But if you define yourself by your vision, by your assumption of what is to come, then your future must align with that vision. There is nothing outside of you holding you back. There are no external forces deciding your fate. It has always been you, your thoughts, your beliefs, your assumptions. The moment you take control of your mind, the moment you assume the state of wealth with absolute certainty, the moment you reject every thought of lack and limitation, you set in motion the forces that will bring your assumption into physical form. You do not have to struggle. You do not have to wait. You only have to believe, and the world will follow. Most people spend their lives chasing success, running after wealth, and endlessly searching for the things they desire. They believe that if they work harder, push more, and do everything in their power, then one day they will finally achieve what they seek. But this is not how creation works. The more you chase something, the more you affirm that it is separate from you. The very act of chasing is a declaration that you do not yet have it. And so, It remains just out of reach, always in the future, never in the present. Instead of chasing, you must embody. Instead of trying to become, you must assume that you already are. The person who already has millions does not run after wealth, they are wealth. They do not constantly think about getting rich, they move through life with the certainty that wealth is already theirs. Their energy, their thoughts, their actions all align with someone who possesses abundance, and as a result, their reality reflects that assumption. When you embody something, you are no longer seeking it, you are living it. If you desire millions, you must step into the mindset of a millionaire now, not later. You must carry yourself as someone who already possesses wealth, not someone who is struggling to obtain it. This is not arrogance, it is alignment. When you stop trying to get something and start being the version of yourself who already has it, the external world has no choice but to rearrange itself to match your assumption. Most people misunderstand this. They think they need to hustle, grind, and force their way into success. But effort alone does not create abundance. If effort was the key, then the hardest working people would always be the richest. But we see time and again that those who struggle the most often have the least, while those who move with effortless confidence seem to attract wealth with ease. This is because it is not action that creates success, it is the state of mind behind the action. A person who embodies wealth makes decisions differently, speaks differently, walks differently. They are not desperate or fearful. They do not question whether they will succeed, they know they already have. This knowing is what brings results. Look at any highly successful person. They do not hesitate. They do not question their worth. They do not waste time doubting whether success is possible for them. They embody success in every fiber of their being. They trust that their goals are already accomplished, and so they act from a place of certainty. And because they act from certainty, the world responds in kind. Now, imagine two people walking into a room. One is full of doubt, unsure of themselves, second-guessing their worth. The other walks in with quiet confidence, fully convinced of their own success. Who do you think will attract more opportunities? Who do you think will command attention, respect, and success? It is never the one who is desperate, it is always the one who already embodies what they seek. You must become that person now. If you want wealth, step into the energy of a wealthy person. If you want success, move through life as if it is already yours. Speak with authority. Walk with confidence. Make decisions from a place of abundance, not lack. When you embody success, you stop asking, will this happen for me? And start knowing, this is happening for me. The moment you shift from chasing to embodying, everything changes. You no longer feel the need to force things to happen. You no longer worry about when or how your success will unfold. Instead, you trust. You operate from a state of already having. And because you are it, you will see it manifest effortlessly in your life. This is not about faking confidence or pretending to be someone you are not. It is about stepping into the reality of who you truly are, the version of yourself that already possesses everything you desire. You are not creating something new, you are aligning with what already exists within you. The wealth, the success, the abundance, they are all already yours. The only thing that separates you from them is the belief that they are separate from you. Stop trying to become successful and start being successful. Stop wishing for wealth and start assuming the identity of someone who already has it. Move as if it is done. Act as if it is done. Think as if it is done. Because the moment you do, the world will reflect back to you exactly what you have assumed to be true. Faith is the only proof you need. The world teaches you to rely on what you can see, touch, and measure. It tells you that evidence must come first before belief. But this is not how creation works. Everything that exists in your life today once started as an unseen idea, a belief held within the mind before it became physical. Your faith is not a reaction to what is visible, it is the force that brings the invisible into existence. If you cannot trust in what you do not yet see, you will never allow it to manifest. Faith is the bridge between your desire and its fulfillment. When you declare yourself wealthy, successful, and abundant, the only thing that determines whether it will become real is your ability to believe it before the physical proof arrives. The person who needs to see money in their bank account before they can feel rich will always struggle. They are waiting for evidence before they believe, but belief must come first. When you plant a seed, you do not dig it up every day to see if it is growing. You trust the process. You water it, give it sunlight, and know that in time it will sprout. The same is true for manifestation. Your faith is the nourishment that allows your desires to take form. Doubt is the only thing that can stop you. The moment you question whether you are truly abundant, you step out of the state of assumption and into the state of lack. The moment you start looking for signs to prove that it is working, you signal to the universe that you do not fully trust it. And because the universe reflects your assumptions, it will respond to your doubt with delay. It will mirror back to you the uncertainty you hold. The key is unwavering faith. To believe so deeply that no external circumstance, no temporary setback, and no opposing opinion can shake your certainty. Think of a person who has absolute faith in their success. They do not second-guess themselves. They do not look for validation. They simply know. And because they know, they act from that knowing. They walk into every situation expecting to win. They carry themselves with the energy of someone who is already victorious. And because they embody success, it must manifest in their reality. Now consider someone who doubts themselves. Every decision they make is clouded with hesitation. They wonder if things will work out, and so they move tentatively. They look around for proof before they commit to believing. And because they are uncertain, the world mirrors that uncertainty back to them. Opportunities slip through their fingers. Success remains just out of reach. Not because they are incapable, but because they never fully claim what was already theirs. Faith is not passive, it is an active force. It is the conviction that what you desire is already yours, even when there is no physical evidence. It is the inner knowing that reality must conform to your belief, not the other way around. When you operate from faith, you do not waver when obstacles appear. You do not let temporary setbacks shake your vision. You remain steadfast because you understand that everything you seek is already in motion, even if you cannot yet see it. Those who lack faith live in constant struggle. They rely only on what they can perceive with their senses, and so they are bound by limitation. They believe in scarcity, and so scarcity follows them. But those who master faith transcend limitation. They create from the unseen, they trust in the unseen, and because they hold faith unwaveringly, the world bends to match their belief. Ask yourself, do you truly believe in your success, or are you waiting for proof? Are you embodying the certainty of someone who already has what they desire, or are you hesitating, waiting for signs? If you knew beyond all doubt that your wealth, success, and abundance were already secured, how would you feel? How would you act? That feeling, that unwavering confidence, is the key. The moment you embody it, the world has no choice but to reflect it back to you. You do not need validation from the outside world. You do not need anyone to tell you it is possible. You do not need to wait for circumstances to change before you believe. Faith is the only proof you need. Believe it first, and everything else will follow. Your imagination is the most powerful tool you possess. It is not just a place for daydreams or idle fantasies. It is the blueprint of your reality. Everything that exists in your life right now, whether it be success or struggle, abundance or lack, was first shaped by the images and assumptions you consistently held in your mind. The world around you is merely a reflection of what you have imagined to be true. If you can control your imagination, you can control your destiny. Most people believe they are limited by their circumstances, but they are only limited by the way they think. They look at their current situation and assume that it defines what is possible for them. But the truth is, your present reality is nothing more than a past creation, a reflection of what you have previously imagined and accepted as true. If you want to change your life, you must first change the images you hold in your mind. You must stop seeing yourself as someone who wants wealth and start seeing yourself as someone who has wealth. You must stop imagining struggle and start imagining ease. The moment you consistently hold the image of what you desire, reality begins to shift to match it. Most people do not use their imagination constructively. Instead of imagining success, they dwell on failure. Instead of seeing themselves as powerful, they replay thoughts of limitation and fear. And because imagination shapes reality, their fears and doubts manifest. They do not realize that every thought they accept as true is a command to the universe. Every time they visualize scarcity, they create more of it. Every time they focus on obstacles, those obstacles grow stronger. But the moment they take control of their imagination, everything changes. A person who understands the power of imagination does not wait for external proof before believing in their success. They create the proof internally first. They see themselves as already having what they desire. They walk in the assumption that their dream is already fulfilled. They do not question if it will happen, they know it is already done. And because their mind is filled only with images of success, the external world must reflect that success back to them. Imagination is not limited by logic or current circumstances. It does not care about what seems possible or reasonable. It transcends all limitations. The greatest minds in history, visionaries, inventors, and leaders have all understood this truth. They saw possibilities before anyone else did. They imagined realities that did not yet exist and believed in them so completely that the world had no choice but to catch up. They did not wait for confirmation. They became the confirmation through their unwavering belief. If you want to manifest wealth, you must first create it in your imagination. See yourself as already abundant. Feel the reality of having more than enough. Walk through life as if your financial success is guaranteed. Imagine yourself making powerful decisions from a place of security rather than fear. The clearer and more vivid your mental image, the faster it will materialize. Some may dismiss this as wishful thinking, but that is only because they do not understand how reality is created. Everything begins in the mind. Every invention, every fortune, every success story started as a thought, an image held in someone's imagination before it became physical. The only difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is the ability to persist in the assumption of success, even when there is no visible evidence yet. Doubt is the enemy of imagination. The moment you question whether your desire is possible, you weaken the image in your mind. This is why most people never see their dreams come to life. They allow temporary setbacks, outside opinions, and logical doubts to cloud their vision. But the person who masters their imagination does not let these things affect them. They hold their vision so firmly that no external circumstance can shake it. They live in their desired reality mentally, knowing that the physical world must eventually align with it. Your imagination is limitless, and so is your potential. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. The only thing that separates you from your desires is your willingness to believe in them fully. Stop using your imagination to replay the past. Stop imagining failure. Stop seeing yourself as anything less than powerful. From this moment forward, assume only the best for yourself. Assume wealth, success, and happiness are already yours. Hold that image so strongly that nothing can take it from you. What you imagine, you become. What you see in your mind, you would experience in your life. Control your imagination, and you control your reality. Gratitude is the final and most powerful key to bringing your desires into reality. It is not simply about saying thank you or feeling momentary appreciation. It is a profound state of being that aligns you with the abundance you seek. Gratitude is the acknowledgement that what you desire is already yours, that it exists in your reality even before you can see it with your physical eyes. It is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be, and the moment you step into true gratitude, everything begins to unfold in your favor. Most people see gratitude as a reaction, something they express only when they receive something. They wait until they have the money, the success, or the opportunity before they feel thankful. But this is backward. Gratitude is not just a response, it is the cause. When you are grateful in advance, when you give thanks for what you desire as if you already have it, you activate a powerful force that draws it into your life. Gratitude is the language of abundance, and when you speak it fluently, the universe responds with more reasons to be grateful. Imagine a person who desires wealth, but constantly focuses on what they lack. They complain about their financial struggles, they stress about bills, and they dwell on not having enough. Even if they work hard and try to change their circumstances, their dominant state of being is one of lack. They are unknowingly reinforcing the very reality you wish to escape. But now, picture someone who, despite not yet having millions, walks through life with gratitude as if they do. They wake up each day feeling abundant, appreciating every dollar they have, and expressing thanks for the financial blessings they know are on their way. They carry themselves as if wealth is already theirs, and because they embody that state of gratitude, their reality shifts to match it. Gratitude is not just an emotional response, it is a creative act. When you are thankful for something, you claim it as yours. You affirm its presence in your life. The person who says, "I am grateful for my wealth," even before they see it in their bank account, is declaring that it already exists. And because their subconscious mind accepts that declaration as truth, it begins to shape their actions, decisions, and circumstances to make it a reality. This is why gratitude is the fastest way to shift your state of being. If you are feeling stuck, discouraged, or uncertain, gratitude can instantly elevate you. It redirects your focus from what is missing to what is present. It shifts your energy from longing to fulfillment. And as soon as you move into a state of gratitude, you vibrate at the frequency of abundance. You become magnetic to the very things you once chased. Think about someone who effortlessly attracts success. They are not desperate. They do not dwell on what they lack. Instead, they move through life with an air of contentment and appreciation. They are grateful not just for what they have, but for what is coming. And because they expect good things, they receive them. They have mastered the art of gratitude in advance. They do not wait for their desires to appear before giving thanks. They give thanks first, knowing that their reality must align with their state of being. Gratitude also dissolves fear and doubt. When you are truly grateful for something, there is no room for worry. You do not question whether it will come. You already feel the joy of having it. Fear exists only in the absence of trust, but gratitude is the ultimate expression of trust. It is the assurance that everything is unfolding perfectly, that your desires are already fulfilled, and that you are exactly where you need to be. This is not about pretending or forcing yourself to feel something you do not believe. It is about shifting your perception so deeply that gratitude becomes your natural state. Instead of seeing what is missing, you begin to see what is already present. Instead of feeling like your desires are far away, you feel the joy of already having them. And as that feeling becomes dominant within you, your external world has no choice but to reflect it back to you. One of the simplest and most powerful ways to harness this force is to start every day with gratitude. Before you even get out of bed, declare your thanks for the things you have and the things that are coming. Feel the excitement of receiving what you desire. Walk through your day with the certainty that your success is already secured. The more you live in gratitude, the more your reality will transform to match it. Gratitude is the key that unlocks everything you seek. It is the final step in acting as if you already have what you desire. When you can be grateful now without needing proof, without waiting for things to change, you have mastered the art of creation. You no longer chase, you receive. You no longer hope, you know. And in that knowing, everything you desire flows effortlessly into your life.